Hello, this is Minneapolis Marine Fan. I'm here at the St. Joe Valley Old Engine Association, August 1st, 2025. Hope you like John Deere's because we got a lot of them to go through today. This video is also going to be broke down into shorts for those who don't want to watch the longer videos. The first one here, of course, I'm not going to mention it every time because, as you'll see, they're all John Deere's. This is a John Deere. Oh, I said I wasn't going to do that, and I just did. 4020 diesel. Next to it here, oh, I wish I had that on our tractors. Keep the sun off from you. This is a 730 diesel, 1959 John Deere 730 diesel row crop from Three Rivers, Michigan, power steering. Here's an A. This is a 1939.
Huh?
Oh, I'm talking to my camera.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple lawn tractors. 216. And a 212. This one here is a 1937 D.
Good to see you. See? That was beautiful.
This one is a 1946 A. Bristol, Indiana. Here we have a yellow one. 420 I, 1958.
All hydraulic. They're both hydraulic. They're not mechanical. They're mechanical. The front and the rear both drive.
G. Here's a small one. Model BO, 1946. This one is a G. A 1952 B. There's a wheel horse mixed in with all these John Deeres. Model C120, 1975. .730 diesel, 1959.
I read that someplace. You guys tried to match with the colors.
A friend of mine's got a John Deere collection down home there.
1945A.
Highway.
1942B. Here's another 720 diesel, power steering. 1958. Next up is an M. 1950. $1965 1010. Here's another A.
Get out of their way.
Here's a smaller one, 430.
Oh, that's neutral.
$1952B. And here's a 50. $1953. That's it for this video, but that's not all of them. We have a lot more of them yet. As I mentioned in the other video, these are all John Deere's, so I'm only mentioning it once. This is a 1931 Model GD, I think that says. We got a couple bigger tractors over here. Especially that one over there. Wait till you see the size of the tires on that one. This has dual tires. John Deere 4255. That's the kind of tractor I would want to have. One with a still closed-in cab on it, with air conditioning. I would love to have one like that. Here's a 730 diesel. Up next here is a small one, a 1944 L from Three Rivers, Michigan. And there's this one. Look at the tires on this thing. This has some big tires on them. Nice tires. Be nice to have be able to drive something like this. I never drove one this big. This is a 2024. This is last year's model. This is a 310 8R. There's quite a few weights there on the front. And now you can see how big those tires are. Big tires. Oh, okay. There's a paper on this side. Model L 1944. That one was a 1959. And there's a lot more tractors to go. But first, we're going through all the John Deere, and there's a lot more of them. Here's some lawn tractors. And again, these are all John Deere. Like in the other videos, so I'm only mentioning it once. This is a 140 with a trailer behind it. Up next is a 110. After that, we have a 2006 4320. .4020 Mini. And here's something different. We have a pink or 120. And behind it here, we have a little bigger tractor, 8450 Mini. Has weights there on the back, and that is pulling a trailer. And we're not done yet, because we have a lot more tractors to go through. See you in the next one. I am back, Minneapolis Moline fan, with another one with more John Deeres. So as in the other videos, I'm only mentioning this once. John Deere 3030. Because they're all John Deeres, you won't be hearing me say that anymore. Although I probably should, because I'm going to break this down into shorts as well. But what are you going to do? I'm not going to keep repeating it. First was a 330, and here's a 430. Next to that is a 435 diesel. Here we have a 520 power steering, 1958, from Three Rivers, Michigan. Okay, all these might be from Three Rivers. The first one was a 520. This one is a 530, 1959. Next is a 630 power steering. .620 power steering. There's a lot of John Deeres here this year. 730 diesel, 1960. And another 730. And we have more along that side over there. I'll get to eventually. And there's more behind these that I'll be getting to as well. See you in the next one. Bye for now. There's not as many John Deeres in this row. And as in the other videos, these are all John Deeres. And I tried to record this once already, but I got a phone call. This is going to be a smaller row of John Deeres. As I said in the other videos, these are all John Deeres. 430. Next to this is a 4000 diesel, 1971. Let me back up so I can get it in view. Up next is a 420 diesel. I'm guessing all these bigger ones is all diesel. Most of the newer, all the newer ones pretty much are. There's a 420. And that's it for this row. There's a few more over there along that side I'll get. And other than that, that's all the John Deeres. Bye for now. This is the last row of John Deeres. This one here is a 720, 1958. Here's an MT. The one I just showed you was an A, 1937. Here's a Model B. And the one you just seen is a 1950. This one, yeah, it has one on this side. It's a 1937 Model B. I like that small tractor. I'm not for sure about what that one is. Oh, this one's different. And there's one more over there. That is all the John Deeres. And there's one. Over here. $1936. I like that one. That'll be it. Catch you next time. Hello, this is Minneapolis Moline Fan. Welcome back to the channel. I'm done with the John Deeres, so here's a couple of my favorite tractors. Here's a Minneapolis Moline. I'm not for sure what kind of Moline, but I know it's a Moline. And here next to it is a Moline ZB. This is a 1957 ZB. Let me come on the other side of this, see if it has the paper on it. Okay. This is a 1949 UT. Most of these have papers on them telling about the tractor. That's nice. Next to these is a Ferguson, and that's a model T, I think that says TU30. I'm pretty sure is what that says. 1952. Next to that one is a Ford. That Ford don't have nothing on it, so I can't give you any information on that one. Next to the Ford here is the Silver King. The next 3 tractors are Silver Kings. This is a 1939 R38. Next to that is a R44, 1938. And the other one here is a model 660, 1942. Here's a Farmall Cub, 1952. A Massey Harris Pony. I don't see nothing on that one that says the year. I'll tell you if there's something on the other side. But here's a McCormick Deering. You don't see many of them. Deering tractors. 1936. No, that Massey Harris Pony don't have any information on it. Here's a 1939 Alice Chalmers. Here's an Oliver Row Crop, 77. And it does not have the year on it. So if you know what year that might be. On any of these, I don't mention the year on them. If you know any information about any of these tractors, you can leave information in the comments for so others will be able to know more about these tractors, because I don't know too much information about these tractors except what's on them. So if you know more about them, please leave the information in the comments so they'll help out others. This is a 1953 Minneapolis Mullane. They painted it the wrong color. The original color is on there in spots, but for some reason they painted it a different color. This one don't have any information on it, but it's a Ford. Same way. They painted it the wrong color. McCormick Farmall H. The next one is also a Farmall. A Farmall A, 1946. We're almost done with this row. I got one row of tractors left. This is an Oliver Row Crop, 66. And the last one doesn't have any information on it. But it looks like a it's a Ferguson. This one here is a Ferguson. So if you know any information on that, please leave it in the comments. That's it with this video. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye for now.
That one that's sitting up there closer to the building. Looks like I drove one with it on. Maybe it's a
The first one here is an Oliver 1650.
That's the same engine that might go on
The next one here is an Oliver 77 row crop 1950.
Yeah, mine has got stuff.
This is an Oliver 770 1960. Next to it is a Caterpillar diesel. I'm going to record this one from back for its bigger tractors. I like the bigger tractors. Never drove one. This is a 2255 Oliver. Here's a 5-star Moline. The Oliver is a 1972. I don't see any information for the Moline, but there is on the other side. I'll give it to you. But next up here is a Ford 1946. And there's no information on the 5-star Moline. I don't know anything about this tractor, so if you know any information on it, please leave it in the comments to help out not just me, but others that's watching this as well that may want to know more information on it. So you'll be helping them out as well if you leave information in the comments on it. This is a Massey Harris 22. There is a paper over here, 1948. And you have another row of tractors back here. The bigger one there is a Farmall 400 and an International Farmall. Don't know about that gray one there. This one here next to it is a 1952 Allis-Chalmers. Here's a Ferguson tractor. Next to that is a McCormick Farmall H. We have an Allis-Chalmers D14. And next to that one, down further, is a D17 Allis-Chalmers. So we'll get back to this row. This is a Massey Harris 22. This is a Ford 1959. I think that's supposed to say Ferguson, actually. No, it's Fordson. Fordson. Dexter? I never heard of that. This is a tractor I never heard of before. That's a new one on me. If you know anything about these tractors, please leave it in the comments, because I never heard of this tractor before. That's a new one for me. Oliver 60 standard. 1948. Over there is that Allis-Chalmers D17. Next to this is another Oliver Ford 40. Oliver 440. $1960. Was there a look back doing in with the tractors? I don't know, but there is. This is a Farmall 560 diesel turbo, and it does not have the year on it, so I can't give you that. If you know, leave it in the comments. Here's an International 826 Farmall. Gold Demo. Same way, I don't have the year on it. If you know, leave it in the comments. I appreciate it. Allis-Chalmers WD. Here's a Massey Harris 44. Next to that is a Moline BF. And next to that is an Allis-Chalmers WD. And none of these have the years on them. And that'll do it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. I'm back for day 2 the St. Joe Valley Old Engine Association. I'm over by the steam engines. There's 2 of them over here. There's a car. Minneapolis engine. The Minneapolis. Let's walk around to the front here. I'm not for sure what this other one is. So there's the other one. We have that tractor here, the power. I don't know the proper name of it, but it's saw right here. And they have a sawmill over there. Don't know how to pronounce that. Looks like a homemade one. Here's a John Deere. John Deere D 1925. That's an old one. Eagle 45. Eagle Model H 1926. Rock Island Plow Company.
You have a sawdust pile for the kids by the office. They can play on the sawdust and
Huber, I think that's pronounced. Huber. The Cat. It says 4-pull on the side. Here's an Alice Chalmers. Here's some lawn tractors. Here's a Wilhorse GT14 automatic. 14 horsepower, 3-point hitch, 1972.
I
1960. Suburban, 4 horsepower.
We're gonna go see
1962 model 702, 8 horsepower.
You guys think you guys are playing.
1975 C160 8-speed, 16 horsepower. I like this one. Has a bucket on it. It's a C180, I think that says. 1974. Oh, C160 Hydro. 16 horsepower. ARK 500 loader.